Hello, and welcome to Lifestyle by Design, helping you solve everyday challenges. And today, I'm your host, Andrea Calso. On our show, we always bring guests to talk about how we can lead a healthy, long lifestyle, and I'm so excited about our guests today. They are both centenarians, 104 and 105, respectively. We have Rhoda Butters and Sadie Snyder here. Thank you for coming and being on our show.
Welcome.
We are so excited. And we have exciting news. Sadie, your birthday was yesterday.
Right.
105. And I heard that you guys had a birthday party, and I wanted you to tell us what you did.
Well, it was just great. We had a lot of fun. I had a good part of my family there, and friends, and the whole, what's the word I want to use? The whole entire place was there.
That's wonderful. I heard there was music, too.
We had music.
They had a live band.
A jazz band.
How did it compare to other birthdays you've had?
It was different.
Different?
It was because of my age, I guess.
Was it bigger celebration?
Yeah.
That's wonderful, as it should be. So I wanted to know, I'm 24 years old, and obviously life at 24 must have been very different for both of you.
It certainly was.
And so I wanted to know, what was a day in the life like when you were 24?
Well, I had just started to work.
And where did you work?
I worked for a manufacturing company,
Oh, really?
and I was a bookkeeper there.
Ah.
And I really enjoyed being out because I was sort of strangled into my home. I was taking care of two little girls who lost their mother. Mm-hmm. And I was busy all the time.
And you were working in Boston.
I really had no time for myself.
Working, taking care of your family.
And going to school.
You were still in school at 24. What were you studying?
Not at 24, when I was bringing up these children.
Oh, I see. Wow, that is a lot of responsibility.
But it extended past my 24th birthday.
And Rhoda, when you were 24, I heard that you had just gotten married, right?
Yeah.
And your husband's name was?
Saul.
Saul. And were you working at the time, or was he working at the time?
Pardon?
Were you working at the time, or him, when you were 24 or around then?
Yes.
Yeah. And Sadie said she did bookkeeping at manufacturing. Was that similar to what you did for work?
Well, I was, I did bookkeeping. Yeah.
Great. So we have some car lovers on our staff, and they wanted to know what your first car was and what it was like to drive it, because I'm sure it was very different.
Well, I had an old Dodge, and really I had more heartache with it than it was worth, really. But I managed.
And you said when you drove cars, it was manual. You had to shift the gears.
You had a shift.
And you had a Ford?
A Ford, yeah.
What was that like, driving the Ford?
It was good.
Good.
It was good.
Less problems than Sadie, I imagine. And so something interesting I learned before our interview today that I wanted to mention again was that your family owned a furniture store.
Yeah.
And had the first TV on the block. And I wanted you to describe what happened when you got that TV.
Well, when the first at home, in my home, well, we realized that it had to be distributed. People had to see it. And so we notified we lived in a single home area. And we notified our people around us that we're going to have we're going to have
a television.
A television ad in our home, and all the children came, and they came with their mothers, and they really liked everything.
And I heard there were so many people, there was no room for them when you first put the TV out. It was packed.
Yeah, well, there really wasn't any room for people. There was it really wasn't any room for the people that were coming.
Right.
And of course, my husband put another what do you call it, television set in his window.
At the store.
At the store. And people all walked by and looked and couldn't believe what they saw.
And now here we are.
Yes.
And you two are on TV as the stars.
Yes.
Tell her how big the screen was.
What?
How big was the screen?
How big?
Was the screen
It was
on the
tiny.
television? This big?
Oh, the screen? No, the screen was large. We had
Okay, we'll agree to disagree.
no,
So-
we didn't have a teeny weeny screen.
So I had a question because you both have lived in Brookline. And I wanted to know, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers will want to know, how Brookline has changed over the years, the changes that you might have seen. I know you lived in Washington Square or Coolidge Corner. Those are two big areas. What were some of the big changes you saw in those areas in Brookline?
Well, Brookline has become more of a, well, I don't know, more of a city than it has become, than it was before. Before, it was like a hick town.
She said, "What?"
She said a hick town.
Yeah, hick town. And later on, now it became like a city. Really.
That's right.
And you were living in Coolidge Corner for a while, correct?
Well, I lived near Coolidge Corner, and I was there almost every day. I'd go out for a walk every day. And it wasn't as crowded as it is now.
I can imagine that. Sometimes when you walk down the sidewalk now, you can barely fit through. There are so
That's
many
right.
people walking to the retail stores.
Right.
And I imagine, the Coolidge Corner Theater, they are celebrating their 50th anniversary. So my guess is you remember when that theater first went in.
Well, I didn't visit very much. Unless my husband wanted to go, I'd go, but I'm not a movie person.
Fair enough. So I wanted to know what advice you have for young people, such as myself, for living a long, healthy, happy lifestyle.
Well, I feel it's what you eat that makes you
Right.
what you are.
Right. And you were saying before our show that you're very particular about what you eat.
I am. If my eyes don't approve of it, my mouth doesn't want it.
Fair enough. And you eat in moderation, I remember you said.
I eat very little. I don't eat too much.
Right, right. And then you mentioned something about beer.
Bach beer.
Bach beer. And am I to understand correctly that your family owned a brewery when you were younger?
My father, yeah.
Yes. So those beers. One a day keeps the doctor away, would you say?
That's right. And by the end of the week, it wouldn't be anymore. I'd stay up and wait for my father to come home and bring some beer.
Well, there you go. It must have done something right. And Rhoda, I wanted you to tell us, what is your advice for a young person to live a long and happy life?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to put your finger on it.
Sounds like it's a combination of things.
Well, it is a combination of both. And I don't know, life was more peaceful then.
Calmer.
Well, I believe it's your genes. If you have good genes,
I bet that's a lot. Calm life and family. I know you have some family here with you today.
Pardon?
I know you have family here with you today. I'm sure family support.
No, my family is here today.
Absolutely.
My granddaughter and my great-granddaughter.
That's wonderful.
And,
And I'm sure that they are very happy to have you.
yeah.
Wonderful. Rhoda, Sadie, I wanted to thank you for being on our show and for sharing about your life and your advice. It's been
Thank you.
very interesting. And I wanted to wish you both a happy birthday since you both
Thank
have
you
celebrated
very much.
birthdays.
Thank you.
You can watch more Lifestyle by Design on Big TV, Channel 3. You can join us on Thursdays as part of Thursday at Live, and you can also see past episodes online at brooklineinteractive.org. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.